don't have space issues or anything.
Oh my God. And the furniture's not antique. No, you don't need more room.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, we can go another 60 years.
Yeah, no problem. So I introduced to you our speaker today, James Timmins, very familiar with Old Orchard Beach. Maybe not quite homegrown. No, but close. Yeah, do you like that segue?
Yeah,
and he's got 2 books out already published that we have in our collection, and Homegrown is the 3rd one coming out, which I'm sure he'll speak to a little bit more. And I will turn it over to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Lee. I appreciate everybody coming down. I just want to say that I love this town, and I grew up in Old Orchard Beach. It's still one of my favorite places to come to. Come down and visit my parents who still live in town. I come down at least 4 or 5 times in the summer just to go to the beach. And you know, I moved up in Turner about 12 years ago. I like it up there. It's nice, you know, farm country, but it doesn't quite meet the home to my eyes. You know, this particular library, when I was a kid, I used to come here all the time. The Hardy Boys series was the one that I've read completely, and really enjoyed that. It's always been a special place to me down here, and I appreciate everybody coming. I did bring this. I was at my parents' house, and I was wondering if anybody, you know, remember this guy. That's my graduation picture in 1982, and I don't know. Grown a little bit older since then.
Still look the same though, just the
hair.
Yeah, the hair.
Well, I thank you.
The hairdo's different.
As Lee was saying, I'm on my my 3rd novel. It's about to be published December 15th. That's the release date, tentatively speaking, so far. And I'm here to talk a little bit about that, and also kind of tell you a little bit about, you know, why I started writing. You know, I've always loved to read. I've been reading, you know, voraciously since I was a real little kid. And I want to thank Jane Flaherty really for helping instill that in me. And you were one of those teachers that really helped me really grow into the love of reading. I remember you used to read to the class. You read. You were reading something about a mouse on a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, right. Beverly Cleary, sure.
And, yes, and at the time I was reading Towering Inferno, which is a lot. You know, it's certainly an older book, but that was my interest was reading stuff that was much more adult, and she was very good about not only letting me do that, but encouraging that I do that, and it really helped me develop as a reader. Because in order to write, you really need to be a good reader. You need to understand word, sentence structure, and so that was certainly critical to me. From a writing standpoint, one of the key people in my life was a man by the name of Paul Nichols. He was a teacher, I believe it was 6th or 7th grade. And he was an English teacher, and he was just a fantastic man. Now, he had cancer when I started class with him. And unfortunately, he only taught us about 50% of the time that year, and because he was going through chemotherapy, and he always had a cup of coffee. That was one thing that I remember. He always had coffee. He was drinking coffee constantly. And he was just a fantastic man. He went to Russia to teach on a exchange program, and that just was unheard of back in the 80s when, you know, the Cold War was still fairly well heated up. But he was a phenomenal man. One of the things that he was into Greek mythology and Roman mythology, and that was a big part of what he taught, and it really gave me a sense of not only writing, but historical writing, and really what history means to us. So from a standpoint of helping me out in history classes and stuff like that, it really gave me a sense of the history of man in a lot of senses. And that's what, let me see where I'm going on. Why I wrote Homegrown. you know, I started writing. I had a story in my head, and it was a story of a detective trying to solve a series of murders in Portland.